Hello mga ka-math learner, kumusta? Meron nga pala akong isang sitwasyon sa inyong ibibigay. Meron akong isang coin dito na 5 piso. Ito ang medyo mas malaking mukha nito. Alright, now, ano kaya ang tsansa na kapag itotos ko ang coin na ito, ay mapupunta ito sa left or sa right hand ko? Try natin. Alright! Ano kaya? Nandito or nandito? Okay, technically, yan ang magiging discussion natin for today. Aalamin natin kung ano ang mga chance ng mga bagay-bagay dito sa ating mundo. At sa mathematics, ang tawag sa lecture na yan or ang tawag sa concept na yan ay probability. Okay, well, nandito sa akin kanan ang coin. Now, somehow, itong coin na ito, kapag itotos natin, either dalawa lang din ang lalabas, tama? Buhay or patay. Now, what if kung ibibigay ko sa inyo na sitwasyon ay itong dice? Yan. Merong dice. What if iro-roll ko yung dice? Anong possibility o anong probability ko na ang makukuha ko ay mas malaki kaysa sa number 4? Or mas malaki sa 4? Okay? Or, what if ito namang deck of cards? Ang deck of cards, ano kaya possibility na kukunin pag ako ay bubunot sa deck of cards, ang lalabas ay alas or yung ace. Now, ito naman, isa pang sitwasyon. What if ruleta naman? Or itong number wheel or color wheel. Ano naman ang chance ko na mapupunta sa isang particular color ang aking pag-ikot? Now, maraming klaseng chance dito sa ating mundo. At dito sa Math Learning with Sir Ash, i-discuss natin paano mo malalaman ang probability ng mga bagay-bagay. So, sit back mga ka-ML. Tapusin ang video na ito. At bago tayo magsimula, huwag niyong kalimutan mag-subscribe at ipindot ang notification bell. So, welcome sa ating session. Alright, what's up mga ka-ML? Nandito tayo sa ating panibagong topic about sa mga chances or ibig sabihin mga chances sa buhay. Sa mathematics, ito ay tinatawag or mas kilala bilang probability. Technically, ano nga ba itong probability? Ang probability kasi is what we call the chance. Ito yung kung paano nangyayari ang mga bagay-bagay. Depende sa kung anong merong outcomes ang pwedeng lumabas. So, by definition, ang probability ay measure of how likely an event will occur. So, for example, katulad nga kanina ng sabi ko, yung coin, so, ilang beses lumalabas ilang beses at a time lumabas ang heads or ang tail. At saka, ilan ang pwedeng maging possible outcomes ng isang coin. Tapos, meron din tayong dice. By the way, ang dice nga pala, for English purposes or English vocabulary purposes, may mga libro na nagsasabi na ang singular ng dice ay die. Somehow today or presently dito sa ating modern grammar, the dice could be both singular and plural. Alright, so meron kayong panibagong rule na nalaman tungkol sa dice. Now, meron 3 klase ng probability. Ito yung tinatawag natin na classical probability, empirical probability, and subjective probability. Now, later on, iisa-isahin natin kung paano ba nagkakaiba ang tatlo at saka ano ba ang main concept ng probability. Para at least, kahit meron tayong tinatawag na mga unlocking of terms, still the basic concept of probability is makuha nyo pa rin. Okay? Basta, just remember that the probability always consider the concept of chances. Alright. Okay. Let's go to the first topic or first kind of probability, the classical probability. It uses sample space to determine the probability that an event will occur. Now, technically, ang probability, it's either ganito lang yan. It's either 0% kung hindi talaga nangyayari at 100% kung totoo talagang mangyayari. At if ever somehow pichi-pichi ang magiging ang paglabas nito or ang chances nito, meron tayong tinatawag na unlikely to happen or likely to happen or even chance. Okay? So later on, ibibigay ko sa inyo ang mga techniques na dapat i-consider para mas maintindihan ninyo ang probability. Okay, next. The probability experiment. Ito yung a chance process that leads to well-defined results. Now, pinaka-popular or pinaka-basic concept or terms dito sa probability ay ang outcomes at ang sample space. Now, ang outcome, ito yung paglabas at atay ng isang experiment. Tapos, ang sample space naman ay ang possible outcomes or the list of all possible or the total of all possible outcomes in a particular phenomenon, okay, or particular experiment. Okay? Now, let's continue. Mas maiintindihan ito sa example. Ito, kung ang probability experiment natin ay flipping a coin, pag-toss coin. Okay. So, ang pag-toss coin natin, dalawa lang pwedeng lumabas dyan, heads or tail. So, ang sample space natin ay dalawa, heads or tails. At ang outcomes naman natin ay depende if it is head or a tail. Nakuha nyo? So, sample space, total ng mga possible outcomes, and the outcome is at a time. Ilan ang lalabas. Okay? Somehow, ito naman, flipping two coins, dalawang coin, magkasabay. So, there will be 4 outcomes, 4 possible sample space. Pero 2 outcomes lang. Bakit? It's because, dalawang coin, syempre, dalawa lang din ang particular na lalabas. It's either pag ganyan, or pag ganyan. Tama? So, somehow, marami kang pagpipilian. Pwedeng heads, pwedeng heads-tails, pwede din, ito din, tails-head, at pwede din tails-tails. Okay. So, technically, mayroong 4 na chances, or 4 na sample space. And then, rolling a dice. Okay. When you roll a dice, syempre, ang dice meron siyang 6 faces. May naka number 1 hanggang sa number 6. So, when you roll a dice, syempre, ang lalabas dyan, isang particular number. Pero ang pwedeng outcome or ang pwedeng sample space na lumabas ay 6. So, those are what we call probability experiment and sample space. So, sample space is the total outcomes and the probability experiment is the actual scenario of what you are doing. Alright, okay, let's continue. Now, ito yung sample kapag dalawang dice naman ang ni-roll mo. So, technically, para itong multiplication table na yung sa unang dice, meron kang 1 to 6 at yung sa pangalawang dice, meron kang 1 to 6 din. Tama? So, technically, in every time you roll the dice or you roll those dice, there will be a pair that will occur. So, it could be, ito na yung nabigay sa ating table. It could be 1-1 hanggang sa 1-6, and then it could be 2-1 hanggang sa 2-6, and so on and so forth. No? Parang nagkakaano lang, when we say, parang nagkaka-coincide lang yung nasa rows at saka nasa rows at saka yung nasa columns. Okay? So, ipapares mo lang yun. Okay? Later on, mas maiintindihan niyo pa kung paano natin depende sa sitwasyon na hinihingi. Alright? So, example muna tayo sa mga sample spaces natin. Okay. Next, ito naman sa deck of cards. Sa deck of cards, meron tayong 13 rank per suit. At meron naman tayong 4 na suits. Ano itong suits? Ito yung mga flowers. It could be the hearts, the diamonds, the spades, and the clubs. Sa Tagalog, ito yung puso, yung diamante, yung ewan ko yung ano yung spade at saka yung clubs, pero also dito sa atin sa Pilipinas mas kilala ito bilang malunggay. Yun. Okay. And somehow yung 13 ranks naman natin ay mula sa alas hanggang 2 to 10, and then yung face cards natin such as the jack, the queen, and the king. So 13 yung lahat. So all in all, with 13 ranks and 4 suits, we have 52 cards in one deck. Okay, so later on, what if we will have a problem regarding about this topic? Just keep on watching. Alright, let's continue. Now, pwede din i-apply natin ang tree diagram o yung tinatawag natin fundamental counting principle para makuha ko ang iba't ibang klaseng outcomes. For example, the tree diagram is a device consisting of line segments emanating from a starting point and also from the outcome of the point, okay, or outcome point. Then it can also be used to determine the possible outcome. So, para itong layman's method ng pagbibilang, okay, paglilista. Okay, so if ever you have 3 child or 3 children, sorry, 3 children, and then the first child could be a boy and a girl, and the second child could also be a boy and a girl, kasi sa gender, dalawa lang din naman, boy and girl lang muna, okay, kahit sa birth certificate. Tapos yung third child, same. So the question is, how many outcomes can you get? So, based on our previous topic, using the fundamental counting principle and the, what we call, combination, these are 3 dependent things. So, the technique here is you just multiply it. So, since there are the two genders at a time in each child, okay, 2 genders lang ang pipilian. So, you could just multiply 2 times 2 times 2 and you'll have an answer of 8. So, if you count the outcomes there, the boy, 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 girl, boy, girl, boy, boy, girl, girl, and so on and so forth, 8 yan sila lahat. Alright, okay, technique yun. Next, let's continue. Now, ito naman ang tinatawag nating event. Okay, an event is a subset of a sample space. Okay, so if this is the sample space, yung the total of the outcomes, so part of that is what we call an event. The simple event is an event with 1 outcome, and a compound event is an event with more than 1 outcome. Syempre. Okay, simple and compound. Now, good example here is that we have a simple event if we toss a coin. Okay, we toss a coin. So, if we toss a coin, it could be head or tails. Okay? So, isang outcome lang yun. Simple event din siya. Now, if we consider a dice, and then what we are getting here is odd numbers. O yun, yung odd numbers ng dice. Mananalo ka kapag odd numbers ang lumabas sa dice. So, syempre, 1 to 6 yun. Ano ba mga odd numbers doon? So, yun yung mga numbers na hindi divisible by 2. So, kapag hindi divisible by 2, yun yung mga tinatawag nating change numbers or sa amin pa dito sa aming lugar, bungkig. Okay? Bungkig ng mga numbers. Alright. So, now, what are those numbers? Those are 1, 3, and 5. Okay, so you have 3 choices or 3 possible events out of the 6 sample space or 6 total outcomes. So 3 out of 6, which is if you will simplify it, we have 1/2. Okay, later more examples to come. Okay, now here is the formula for the classical probability. Okay, the probability, the P of E, that an event E will occur is equal to the P of E is equal to the N of E divided by the N of S, where the N of E is the number of outcomes and the N of S is the total number of outcomes in a sample space. So, sa madaling salita, simple lang ang idea nito. Possible outcomes at a time to the total outcomes na pwede mong pagpilian. So, for example, in the coin, we have 1 at a time out of 2. Sa dice naman, we have 1 at a time out of 6. Depende sa tanong kung tigi-isang number lang ang hinihingi niya or tigi-isang phase lang ang pinag-uusapan. Later on, mas maiintindihan ito. Okay? Now, let's continue. Now, let's go to the empirical probability. Empirical probability relies on actual experience to determine the likelihood of the outcomes. For instance, one might actually roll a dice 6,000 times, then observe the frequencies, and then use these frequencies to find the probability of an outcome. So, somehow, parang ganito lang din yan. What if meron kang coin? Heads or tails yun. Okay? Tapos, ang gagawin mo is, you flip the coin 10 times. Now, as you can see, in those, sa 6 times mo sa pag-toss ng coin, lumabas doon puro heads. Now, the question is, what are the chances na ang lumabas sa susunod na coin is tail? Okay, so ganun. So, somehow, those are based on empirical probability. Okay, but more on that. Now, this is the formula for the empirical probability. Given a frequency distribution, the probability of an event being in a given class is the P of E is equal to the F over N, where F is the frequency of the class and N is the total frequency in the distribution. So, itong klase ng probability, ito yung tinatawag natin na parang consensus ng grupo. Okay? Now, let's consider. Okay, now, here. Example, suppose a researcher asks 25 people, if they like the taste of a new soft drink. The table shows the frequency distribution of people's responses. Find the probability that a person responded no. So as we can see in the table, merong 15 na nagsabi ng yes, merong 8 na nagsabi ng no, at merong 2 undecided. Ibig sabihin, hindi niya alam kung masarap ba o hindi. Sa madaling salita, wala siyang panlasa. Right? Joke lang. Okay, but the total people that was being asked is 25 people. So therefore, since the question here is find the probability that a person responded no, so ang no natin ay 8. So 8 out of the total frequency or the total distribution. So 8 out of 25. So yun lang. That's as simple as that. That's the probability. Alright? Now let's continue. Subjective probability. Subjective probability naman is, when we say subjective, it's on the opinion of the person applying the experiment. So this is based on an educated guess or estimate employing opinions and an exact information. For example, there is a 30% chance that the patient will need an operation. There is an 80% probability that an earthquake will occur in a certain area. Now, ito, pwede mo di-consider ito. Apply natin sa buhay ng mga estudyante. Now, kapag ang estudyante ay nag-aral ng mabuti, nagsusunog ng kilay, hindi literally ha, nagsusunog ng kilay, nagsta-study, nagpa-participate, hindi nag-a-absent, hindi nagiging late. Question! What is the probability na ang batang yan ay magkakaroon ng passing grade? Okay? So technically speaking, somehow, pwede natin isipin, sure, malaki ang probability ng batang yan na papasa siya kasi hindi siya nag-a-absent, nag-aaral siya, nagsusunog siya ng kilay, nagpa-participate siya, at hindi siya nagiging late. So, if I am teacher, I think I don't have any reason for him to be failed. Because even if low yung mga scores niya, pwede po siyang bigyan ng chance. Alright, di ba? So, malaking probability yon. So, that is considered as a subjective probability. Alright. Now, let's continue. Now, these are the probability rules. Okay. Now, mas ibibigay, ito medyo, ano lang masyado, no? Abstract lang masyado. Rule number 1, the probability is either from 0 to 1. Ibig sabihin yan, 0% kapag wala talagang chance, hindi mangyayari. 1% naman kapag sure na mangyayari. Okay. The second rule is that the probability of the E cannot occur is equal to 0. So yun yung parang in-explain niya lang. Okay. Then the rule number 3 is kapag it is very certain, it will have a value of 1. So, ibig sabihin, whatever the cause, whatever the scenario, it will always happen. So, that is 1. Certainty. 100% certainty. Kapag hindi naman talaga, kahit saan tingnan ang gulo, wala talagang mangyayari. Hindi talaga mangyayari. So, 0 yun siya. Okay? Pero, kung sabi ko nga kanina, kung medyo pichi-pichi lang siya, somehow, doon kayo nagkakaroon ng fraction or yung less than 100%. Now, I just like to emphasize also this one. Do not believe on such advertisement or such people that says, I will give my 101%. What? Okay, bakit? Wala namang 101%. Okay? Walang 101% sa limitasyon ng tao. Kasi kung ano yung limitasyon, that is the 100% of that person. And pag sinabi mo, sinobra ko pa ang limitasyon ko, limitasyon mo pa rin yun kasi kinaya mo. Okay? So, technically, the 100% will always be everything that a person can do or a thing that could only happen, but more than that, it will not ever happen. Okay? Unless if we are talking about ginensya or ano tawag dyan, if we are talking about yung parang puhunan ng isang capital. Okay? Yung isang capital. Okay, let's say, kapag ito yung lumago, so if lumago ito, sobra pa sa na-capital niya, so doon lumalabas na, yung capital ko na i-double ko, so naging 200%. Pwede yun. Pero, in an actual basis that we are talking about probability, chances, there is no 101% chance. Kaya, kayo mga math learner, kapag may nagsabi sa inyong, I love you 101%, wag kayo maniwala. Alright. Okay. Kasi dito to yun. Okay, so let's continue. Now, meron pa dito, illustrate examples for rules number 2 and 3. Ano ba yung rules number 2 and 3? Rule number 2, hindi talaga mangyayari, 0%. Rule number 3, 100% sure. Okay, now ito. Anong rule kaya ito? Find the probability of getting a 7 when a die is rolled. Anong rule? Okay, rule number 2. Why? Because wala namang 7 sa dice. 1 to 6 lang yun. So, kahit ilang beses, kahit abutin ka man ng milyong beses sa pag-roll ng dice, walang lalabas na 7 dyan. Alright? Okay, so 0% chance yun. Next, find the probability of getting a number greater than 0 when a die is rolled. So, this greater than 0 kapag niroll mo daw ang dice. So, ito naman ay 100% chance. So, that is a value of 1. Why? Because kahit ang lumabas 1, lumabas 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, they are all, yung 6 na yun na lalabas, yung lahat ng outcomes ay mas malaki kaysa sa 0. So, therefore, pasok lahat ang outcomes. So, therefore, that is 100% chance or 100% certain that you will win a certain experiment. Okay? So, that is rule number 2 and rule number 3. Alright. Okay, let's continue. Now, yun. So, answer is 0, the answer is 1. Okay, now, here is what we call non-mutually exclusive events and mutually exclusive events. Actually, these are quite new terms dito sa probability natin for a certain student or for a certain individual. Parang kung first time pa ito maririnig ng ating mga kamat learners dyan, medyo magkakaroon talaga sila ng confusion. But somehow, I will make this clear through the examples. Okay, so ito naman, non-mutually exclusive event. They can occur at the same time. So, sa madaling salita, mangyayari sila at the same time. Okay? The question is, in a given situation, there is at the same time. There is what we call common or sa Venn diagram pa, kung yung dalawang bilog, nandun yung sa gitna. Okay? Ito naman, mutually exclusive events, they cannot occur at the same time. Okay? Now, the outcomes there is they have outcomes in common, and for the mutually exclusive events, they have no outcomes in common. Okay? Ano ba example nito, Sir Ash? Okay, let's continue. Okay, example number 1. As you can see, this is the deck of cards, the 52 deck of cards. Okay, the two non-mutually exclusive events, getting a club and getting a king. Ibig sabihin, makakakuha ka ng club at king. Okay? So, syempre, yung club natin dyan, ito yon. We have from ace to king. 13 yun sila. At meron din tayong getting a king. At ang alam natin na ang king ay 4. So, therefore, if you want to get what is the probability if you want to get a club and a king? So the answer is 1. Why? 1 out of 52. Why? Because, or 1 over 52. Because there is only 1 king and a club. Or there is only a club na king. Ganon. So isang ano lang yun. Hindi lahat ng king, hindi lahat ng clubs. So therefore, king na club daw ang ibig sabihin doon. Okay, king na club. So, isa lang doon. Okay, so 1 out of 52. Ito naman, two mutually exclusive events. Getting a 7 and getting a jack. So, sa pagkuha mo daw, ano daw ang chance mo na ang makukuha mo ay 7 at jack. Sabay, 7 at jack. Ngayon, question, possible ba kung 1 at a time ka lang kukuha? Paglabas mo, 7 dito sa taas, tapos dito naman jack. Ewan ko lang. Ang sagot dyan, 0 yan. Kasi, they cannot occur at the same time. Okay? So, they cannot occur at the same time. So, 0 yun siya. What nyo? Uncertain talaga na mangyayari yan. Okay. Next, two non-mutually exclusive events. Getting a face card and getting a spade. Okay. Face card, yun yung jack, queen, king. So, meron tayong ilan yan? 12. Tapos, getting a spade. Kung titingnan natin ang spade, ito lang yun. 13. Pero, common. Hahanapin natin ang common. So, ano yung mga face cards na spade? So, that is the jack spade, the queen spade, and the king spade. So, that is 3 out of 52 or 1 out of, ilan ba yan? Teka lang. Basta. So, 3 out of, 3 out of 52. Okay, if you want to simplify 3 out of 52, hindi yata simplify ang 52 kasi di ba siya divide ng 52 ang hindi malolowest term ng 52 ng 3. Tama ba? Yeah, hindi. Kasi the answer would be Yeah, hindi talaga. Okay, so 3 out of 52. Next, ito yung mutually exclusive events. Getting a face card and getting an ace. So, is it possible na pagkuha mo, may mukha, tapos ace din? Okay, hindi na naman. So, therefore, the answer here is 0. Okay, 0 chance. No uncertainty. Now, ito na yan. Now, titingnan natin, formula for non-mutually exclusive events. Ito yung sa set theory natin, ito yung tinatawag na intersection. Okay? So, may dalawang bagay, dalawang sets. So, yung tinatawag natin na non-mutually exclusive events, yun yung intersection, yung nasa gitna, yung common nila. Samantalang, for mutually exclusive events naman, actually wala talaga. Kasi they are hiwalay. Okay? So, technically, para makuha mo ang idea, kailangan mo silang i-add. Pero somehow, this will only happen kapag ang tanong ay or. Meron sa statement, or. For example, let's say yung sinabi kanina na, what if, pag makuha mo ang sa deck of cards, kapag ang lumabas ay ace or face card, ace or face card, ibig sabihin, pwede mong pagpilian ng dalawa. Ace, 4 yun. Face card, 12 yun. So, pag i-add mo silang dalawa, that is 16. So, 16 out of 52. Okay? So, ganun. Ganun ang idea kapag or. Pero kapag and, ace and face card, yan, hindi pwede pagsamahin kasi walang chance na pagtakuha mo ng isang card mula sa deck of cards, walang sabay mong makukuha ng ace at saka face card. Hindi mangyayari yun kahit ilang beses mo yung i-try. Alright? So, ganun ang ibig sabihin. Now, let's continue. Example dito. A day of the week is selected. Find the probability that it is a weekend day. O, ito, weekend day. Ano yung weekend day? Siyempre, weekdays ang tawag sa Monday to Friday. Yung weekends, yun yung Sabado at Linggo. So, therefore, meron tayong dalawang weekend. So, these are what we call separate days naman ito. So, Saturday, 1 out of 7. And we have Sunday, 1 out of 7 din. So, 1 out of 7 plus 1 out of 7, you have 2 out of 7. So, to make the long story short, ilang weekends ba meron? So, isang week, dalawa. Ilan ba ang isang week? 7. So, 2 out of 7. That's it. Very simple. Okay, ito naman. What is the probability of getting a king or a club from a deck of cards? Okay, so, or, or. Tingnan nyo dito, or. So, kung king ang lumabas, panalo. Kung club ang lumabas, panalo din. So, ano ang probability na makukuha mo? Now, as you know, ilan ba ang king natin? Okay, very good. 4. Ilan ba ang mga clubs natin? Based on the, still suits. So, meron tayong 13. So, 13 plus 4, that is 17. However, isipin nyo ito, mabuti. However, meron tayong king na club. Ibig sabihin, doon sa set ng ating club, may king na doon. Dito naman sa set ng ating king, may club na doon. So, nagdoble na yon. Tama? Kung bibilangin natin ang 13 at bibilangin natin ang 4. So, therefore, yung isa, ima-minus natin yung dumoble. I-minus natin. So, 13 plus 4, that is 17, minus 1 kasi dumoble. So, that is 16, tama ba? 16 out of 52. Okay? So, 16 out of 52. And if you want to get the lowest term, you can do so. So, that is, ito na yun. So, 4 plus 52. So, 4 yung king. 4 yung king. Tapos, 13 yung, then, 17 na yun. 17 minus 1, 16 out of 52. And if you want to lowest term, 16 out of 52, that is 4 over 13. Okay? 4 over 13. Alright! Now, ito naman ang tinatawag nating dependent events at independent events. So, when we say independent events, iba-ibang yon. For example, independent event, sabay mong itos si coin at saka i-roll si dice. O, dalawang event yun na independent. Tama? So, iba yun. So, somehow, ang dependent event naman is it affects to the one event of the other or the probability of one other. So, for example, ito, the occurrence of one event affects the probability of the occurrence of the other. So, okay? So, anong example niyan? Getting a queen from a deck when one card is drawn and not replacing it. Ibig sabihin, hindi ibabalik. Now, ano na naman ang chance mo kapag king ang gusto mong ibunot? Okay? So, therefore, kung iisipin natin, yung buong deck of card, pag kukunin mo yun siya, okay? Pag kukunin mo yun, ang lalabas, that is 1 out of, yung queen. Ilan ba ang queen? That is 4 queens. Tama? 4 out of 52. So, kinuha mo yung 4 out of 52. That was your chance. Ngayon, ano naman ang hindi mo binalik yung queen mo. Tama? Yung isang queen mo daw. Okay. So, ang natira na lang is 51. So, ilan ngayon ang chances ni king? So, that is 4 pa rin. Kasi 4 man ang king doon. So, 4 out of 51 na lang. So, that is 4 out of 52 and 4 out of 51. I-multiply mo yun at yun ang magiging answer para sa pagkuha ng isang king at isang queen out of the deck of cards na kung saan si queen ang unang kinuha at hindi na-replace tapos ang sumunod naman ay si king. So, yun ang chances na. Ito naman, independent events. Getting a queen from a deck of cards when the first drawn and replacing it, ibabalik. And then getting a king when the second card is drawn. So, technically, that is 4 out of 52 and another is king out of 52. So, iba-iba yun siya. So, what about this? Getting a 6 when the first die is rolled and then getting a 3 when the second die is rolled. So, that is two different things din naman. So, that is an independent event. Okay? Yeah. They are independent event. Alright. Now, let's continue. Example. Now, a coin is flipped and a die is rolled. Sabay na. Yung coin, tinos. Yung die, yung dice, nirolled. Find the probability of getting a head in the coin and 4 on a die. Now, sa head, that is 1 out of 2 or 1 half. Para naman sa die, 4, yung 4 na number, so that is, isa lang ang 4 sa dice, tama? So, that is 1 out of 6. So, 1 half para sa coin mo, and then 1 out of 6 naman, 1/6 para sa die mo, and you multiply that, and you will have 1/12. So, your chances, or the probability of getting a head in a coin flip, and a number 4 in a dice, that they are rolled sabay, is 1/12. Alright, napakadali lang. Let's continue. Example number 2. A person owns 30 CDs, of which 5 are rock music. If the 2 CDs are selected are at random, okay? Find the probability that both are rock music. Okay, now, as we can see, this is, in the first selection, that those are 30. Tama? 30 yun. So, sa pagkuha mo, the chances that you will get is 5 rock music. Kasi 5 ang nandoon sa 30 CDs. So, your chances is 5 out of 30 or 5 over 30. Now, nakuha mo na yung isa. Now, ilan na lang natira? So, 29. Now, considering that you got the rock music for the first selection mo. So, ang natira na lang sa mga rock music mo ay 4. And ang natira na lang sa buong CDs mo ay 29. So, 4 over 29. So, what you will do there is 5 over 30 times 4 over 29. And you just multiply that. You will get 20 over 870, which is simplified to the result 2 over 87. Yan. Okay? So, ganun lang. Napakadali lang mga ka-ML. Okay, let's continue. Now, ito, challenge. 3 cards are drawn from an ordinary deck and not replaced. Okay, 3 kinuha. Find the probability of getting 3 jacks. Okay. So, hindi ni-replace ha. So, ang ginawa, kinuha, nilagay. Kinuha, nilagay. Kinuha, nilagay. Okay, so, yung first selection, 3 cards. 3 jacks ang kukunin natin. So, ilan ba ang jack sa isang deck of cards? Very good, 4. So, meron kang 4, kinuha mula sa deck of cards. So, first, nakuha mo ang jack? That is 4 out of 52. Lagay. Next, kuha ka na naman ulit. Yung natira na lang na jack, 3 na lang. So, that is 3 out of 51. So, 3 over 51. Then, kukuha ka na ulit. 2 jack na lang natira. So, 2 out of 50. And, what we'll do is, you just multiply 4 out of 52, 3 out of 51, and 2 out of 50. And the answer is 1 out of 5,525. Because you applied lowest terms. Okay? Ganon lang kadali, mga ka-ML. Napakadali. Walang ka-challenge. Okay. Let's continue. Now, conditional probability. The probability that the second event B occurs given that the first event, A, has occurred can be found by dividing the probability that both events occurred by the probability that the first event has occurred. That is, the P, B of A is equal to P, A and B over P, A. Okay? Or the probability of A. Now, mas madali nyo itong maiintindihan kapag ina-apply natin. Okay, ito yun. As recent survey asked 100 people. So 100 people, if they thought women in the armed forces should be permitted to participate in combat. The results of the surveys are as shown in the table. Find the probability that the respondent answered yes, given that the respondent was a female. So yes, that the respondent was a female. So i-consider mo ngayon ang yes. Okay, yes. So ilan ang nagsabi ng yes? So, ang sabi ng yes is 8. Tama? 8. 8 na female. So, that would be 8 out of 50. Tama? 8 out of 50. Now, kung titingnan natin ito sa solution natin, let Y responded that answered yes, and then let F be responded the female respondents. And then if P, F, and Y is the number of females who answered yes divided by the total number of respondents, and P of F is the probability of selecting a female. So technically magkakaroon ka ng medyo complicated na idea. So that would give you 8 out of 100 because 8 female ang sumagot ng yes out of 100 people, and then divided by 50 females na sumagot talaga out of 100. But to make the long story short, pag i-divide mo ito, 8 babae ang sumagot ng yes mula sa 50 na babae. Ganun lang kadali. 8 out of 50, and when you simplify it, the answer is 4 out of 25. Kuha nyo? Okay? Ganun lang kadali. So, ang gagawin nyo lang is, ano ba pinag-uusapan? Yes. Ilan ba ang pinag-uusapan? Female. So, ang female natin ay 50. Ang nagsabi ng yes na female is 8. So, that is 8 out of 50. Ganun lang kadali ang concept ng probability. So you just need to consider what is the ano yung pinag-uusapan at ilan doon ang pinag-uusapan. Okay? So ano yung particular pinag-uusapan mula sa buong pinag-uusapan. Ganun. Okay? So napakadali lang. Okay, ito naman panibagong challenge mga ka-ML. A recent survey o the same problem pa rin, the same given pa rin pero ibang problem. Okay? Now, anong sinabi dito? Find the probability that the respondent was a male given that the respondent answered no. So, ulitin ko male na nagsabi ng no mula sa lahat na nagsabi ng no. Yun ang pinag-uusapan. Male na nagsabi ng no mula sa lahat na nagsabi ng no. So, ilan ba ang male na nagsabi ng no? That is 18. Ilan ba ang nagsabi ng no? That is 60. So, to make it simpler, that is 18 out of 60. Okay, now, using the concept of the formula, ito yun, 18 over 100 over 60 over 100. But, you can cancel the 100 over 100 over 100 and you will get 18 over 60. And if you simplify 18 over 60, the answer is 3 over 10 or 3 out of 10. So, therefore, tatlong male ang nagsabi ng no out of, in every 10 nagsabi ng no, 3 doon may. Ganun. Okay? Ganun ang concept. So, itong probability, ina-apply din ito sa statistics. Lalo-lalo na sa mga ganitong klase ng problem. Mga surveys, mga FGD or focus group discussion, mga ganun. Okay, let's continue. Now, teka lang. Those are the concepts that I have given you about sa probability. Okay? So, hopefully, nakuha nyo ang idea. If ever medyo blurry pa konti ang discussion natin, lagi nyo lang isipin na ang chance natin, at the probability is all about chances. So, when we say all about chances, the concept, yung particular outcome at a time, mula sa buong outcome talaga. Okay, ganun lang ang concept ng probability. Yung lumalabas at a time mula sa all possible outcomes. So, it's just a matter of fractions or 1 and 0. Ito lang ang kailangan yung tandaan. Sa probability, it could be 0 to 1. ang sagot. Okay, sa probability, ganito na ang gagawin mo. It could be 0 to 1. Ibig sabihin, 0 kung uncertain talaga, hindi mangyayari, imposibleng mangyari. And certain, 100% 1 yun, value ng 1 yun ang mangyayari. Then, kapag medyo pitchy-pitchy, ibig sabihin, it could happen, it could neither happen, it is unlikely, likely to happen, doon ka na magkakaroon ng fraction. Doon din nakuha ang concept ng mga 50%, 50-50, 60-40, 30-70, na mga ano, doon kinuha ang mga percentage natin. Kasi mula sa whole number na 0, 0% to 1, 100%, and yung mga 1/2 natin, which is 50%, yung mga 1/4 natin at 25%, yun, mga ganong klase ng fraction. So, to make the long story short about probability, isipin mo lang, ang probability ay mula sa 0 hanggang 1 lamang. So, tatlo lang ang pwedeng maging sagot sa probability. It's either 0, no chance at all, 1, 100% chance at all, or a fraction. Mas madali na i-consider ang fraction. Kasi, if ever percentage, ito lang just a piece of advice. Kasi kung percentage ang gagawin mo, ang mangyari kasi kapag medyo marami ng decimal or parang hindi na, for example, let's say 1/3. Yung 1/3 kapag i-convert mo into fraction, that is, kapag ang 1/3 i-convert mo into percentage, that is 33%. 0.33333, 33.333%, hindi yan tatapos. Kapag 2/3 naman, 66.6 na lang, hindi na. Hanggang 67 ka na lang. So, hindi masyadong exact. Hindi katulad sa fraction, when you say 2 out of 3. So, in every 3, there are 2. So, ganun ba? So, mas maganda na it's either fraction, 0, or 1 lang ang pagpipilian mo sa sagot. Okay? So, sa fraction, just remember, outcomes at a time over the possible outcomes or outcomes over the sample space. Okay? So, hopefully, meron kayong natutunan ngayong araw dito sa ating session, mga ka-math learner. And, please, ito naman, pampa-challenge ko sa inyo. Sagutin nyo naman ang mga try these questions ko because let's try kung meron mo kayong natutunan. Okay, ito yon. So, 1 to 4 sa first part ng try this natin. Okay? So, para mas makuha nyo ang idea nito, ang gagawin nyo lang is to stop or to pause this part of the video and then i-ano nyo lang, i-copy and try to answer it. And then, ito naman ang second part. Okay, meron tayong roulette. Okay? So, ito lang mga ka-ML. Ibibigay ko sa inyo or magbibigay din ako ng isang session natin. Na kung saan magkakaroon lang tayo ng Jeopardy game about probabilities. Ibig sabihin, question and answers. Okay? We will talk about permutations, combinations, probabilities, outcomes, applications. Lahat. Question and answer lang. Okay? And para at least makuha nyo or mas matuto talaga kayo about sa probability. Okay? So, hopefully, nakuha nyo ang ang concept natin dito sa Math Learning with Sir Ash. Ito, ipapaiwan ko sa inyo ang katagang sinabi ni Sir Simeon Dennis Poisson, isang French mathematician or physicist. Life is good for only two things: discovering mathematics and teaching mathematics, which is yung ginagawa ko, ang inyong abot kamay na math teacher, si Sir Ash. And remember, ito yung palaging sinasabi ko sa inyo, mas masarap matuto kapag dito tayo ay sama-sama sa Math Learning with Sir Ash. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video to all our math learnings out there. Thank you and God bless. Bye-bye.